Hopefully you guys can actually go hear me properly. In actual fact, trying to see where I can go ahead and put my phone so that it actually looks a little bit better. So no, I think that's around about right. I just need to make it a little bit more at an angle like that so you guys can actually go ahead and see. So I just want to go and grab a piece of wood quickly. I think this would be good enough at least. I think that is not working out. Anyways, actually just want to see. Mute, hide, chat, no, lock screen. No, I don't want to go ahead and do any of that. Just want to check how the lighting is if I come around this way. Yeah, it becomes a little bit too dark. Like that. Then makes it a little bit too high. And do this. Shit. It's the first time I'm trying to stream on my thing. Hey officer, welcome to the stream, man. Shit, there we go. Again. I'm trying to see how I can go ahead and make this thing stand out a little bit. Alright. But you guys still can't go ahead and see the damn freaking anvil or anything like that. And I keep on dropping my damn phone. This is fantastic. Alright. Yeah, I think you just need to turn it down a little bit. Yeah, down a little bit more. It's good. Alright, okay. It's 2:30 a.m. right now. Damn, dude. Why aren't you going to bed? Why didn't you go to sleep? Turn in a bit more. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so in actual fact, don't we have that tripod? As you said, okay, go ahead. Do you mind if we can go ahead and click that? So today what we're going to go ahead and be trying to do today is to do some blacksmithing. So I'll show you guys now some of my stuff. I've got my anvil up over here, makeshift anvil. This is 23 kg plated steel. And then up over here is the forge itself on here. So this is a deal burner forge that I've got. And then my assortment of hammers, and then obviously my coffee, and then some pieces of steel that I'm going to go ahead and try and make into a leaf, hopefully. There might be some intermittence in the actual setup of things, or get some lag or something like that. Hopefully there's not too much lag. And then show you. So basically we're trying to turn this bit of steel there, that pointy part, basically into this, basically. So like a leaf ring or something like that, trying to make an actual leaf, but it actually needs to extend out a little bit more. But I will show you exactly what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to be taking us through the whole entire process. Hopefully I did put this thing on the right thingamabobbin. So basically what I'm trying to go ahead and do is trying to make a leaf, something similar to that effect. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. It's the first time I'm holding the damn camera like this, so it's difficult. Anyways, so something like that effect to make a leaf. So you can see we're a little bit far off, and we need to go ahead and hit this part out into that effect. So hopefully that makes sense. And officer, why aren't you in bed, man? Okay, so we're busy trying to sort out a tripod now quickly for the phone, but I'm going to keep it there for the moment. Alright. Okay, I've got the pod here. Let's see. That kind of works out. Yeah, it kind of does. But it'll need to be more down. In actual fact, it looks like it needs to be a little bit more down. I'll try and see if I can actually show you guys the whole process once everything's up and running. I might just need something just to tape it onto. No, that thing's not going to work out nicely. Where's that selfie stick? I know you had it. Oop. Wonder if I can actually go ahead and change or edit the stream while I'm on here. I doubt I can do that actually. No, doesn't look like it. And so if I change up around, so yeah, cool. All right, so this is basically what I'll go ahead and do. Whenever I need to go ahead and show you guys something, I'll just switch around the camera at least. Thank you. All right. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better if I do it like that. Then now I'm gonna hold this thing on you. Unless I do it like that. There we go. It's a little bit better. A little bit skiff. No, it won't. It's got enough weight to it. Ah, come on. There we go. Okay, that's gonna be a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see me and hear me. Hopefully. Alright, we'll keep it like that for now. I'll try and see something in the future if this thing does kind of kick off a little bit. But yeah. And let me go ahead and start up the forge now quickly. Take this one. There we go. I know nobody wants to look at my crotch. So I'll turn it up a little bit to the side like that. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I do apologize. It's good. All right, sweet, awesome stuff. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and light that guy now quickly. I just need to be quick about it. Don't want to let too much gas escape. Now I just need a very, very long stick. Very long stick is inside here again. Give that. Grab off some material in it. Alright, so I'm just basically going ahead and doing this, tied up here on the end, light it up, put it inside the forge and then turn it on. This stuff doesn't actually burn that well, to actually be honest. So, doesn't matter if it falls out or anything like that, okay. Go. Nice. Hey, Shadow Girl. Who's that weirdo in the fat? That's me, buddy. How's it going, man? You doing good? All right. Do this here. Just doing some prep work. Doing quite a bit of it. Yeah, I'm good, and you? I'm doing good, man. Doing good. How's the stream? Is the stream alright? Can you guys hear me properly? No. If I'm like standing up over there. Alright. Alright, cool. I don't know how much of the delay is on the stream or anything like that. Let's just go ahead and find something. Alright, so don't try and do this at home. I'm going to dip this inside the thinners so that it can be lightable. So you can light it up. Okay, so I'm just going to do this up over here, going around behind the camera. There we go, coming back this side. Stream's good, volume good, but you are home right now. Yes. This is my garage area. My garage area. My garage area. Go ahead and just go ahead with this. Right, this will be the first time I go ahead and light this thing by myself, so I'm going to be kind of quick about it. Cool. Fire. Ah. This is fun. Come on, get off. Just so you guys know, no humans were hurt in the making of this video at all. Cool. So I will show you guys. Bacon commits arson. Yes, indeed. All right. So I'll just go ahead and turn it over, and there you guys go. That's the deal burner forge lit and ready. Well, not ready just yet. We basically just got to get it up to temperature. I do have a temperature gun, which is inside the garage on that side. Yeah, so we're just going to wait for that one to get up to temperature so we can go ahead and take this guy and turn it into a lovely heart-shaped leaf like that. This was kind of my first attempt here on this side, like that, for that one hitting all that steel and whatever. Oopsie, the wind's picking up a little bit, so I might just go ahead and turn this thing up a little bit. There we go, turn that guy up. And now that is a raging fire within. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys back down again. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and collect. It's a pity that the wind is actually kind of picking up and might actually stop us at one point, because at the top of the deal burners itself, you can see there at the top, those burners there. The wind comes in and it changes the pressure rating of what the gas is being pushed in as. So if it gets a bit too windy, that becomes a bit of a problem, and then we might have to actually kind of stop. But the wind is fair enough for now, as long as there's good pressure coming in from the gas bottle itself. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm just going to go and grab some sandpaper and sandpaper off my anvil, and then get my temperature gun up out as well, so we can start reading up the temperature of the forge. What's that you say, Shadow Girl? I'm heading off as I'm going to hospital. I got a silicone thing in my ear. Need a specialist to get it out. I'm an idiot. Hope the stream goes well, buddy. Thanks a lot, man. Good luck for that. Hopefully it comes out properly this time and you're not an idiot. Check you on the next one, buddy. Well, come pop back on the stream if it's still up and going, you know, after you've come back from the doctor and whatever, or if you're not incapacitated. Turning it up a little bit. Now, there we go. Alright, safety gear. Right. So I got my gloves up over here. I'll be mostly using the left hand side one because this is the one that I'll be going ahead and grabbing the stuff out of with. Doing is I'm taking out my temperature gun. Go ahead. The wind is starting to pick up a little bit more, so that we can go ahead and read out the temperature. Just gotta put this 9-volt battery in. There we go. Stick a Runo. Sweet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold you guys once more in the one hand, and then use this guy to check the temperature of the forge. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright. So we're close to 800 degrees Celsius. Please note that this is not Fahrenheit, it is degrees Celsius. So we're at 700 at the moment. So 779, so what we're going to go ahead and do is just quickly go ahead and just increase this just a tad more. Because we do need that thing to be at least 1,000. Okay, so we're going up to 800. There we go. So basically still on 800 degrees Celsius. Switch this back around again. Right, so to any of those that have just joined, welcome. This is the first time I'm actually going ahead and try this thing out, so it's a little bit out of whack. I'm going to be making a leaf. I'll show you guys now again. So I got my piece of steel that I worked on beforehand, extruded this piece out, made the bulb at the top in order to make something look like this. So this is kind of what we're going to be working on today. Not necessarily like a leaf. You can go ahead and afterwards make and shape it out to be a leaf, but yeah. So what I still need to go ahead and do is I need to extrude this part out a little bit more so that it can become thinner, to the certain length so that I can go ahead and loop it around here like this. And then this bulb part is basically what we're going to do and use to hit out with the 4-pound hammer itself, so we can get kind of this sort of shape. And that's what I'm trying to hope for now. Let's grab some coffee. This is one of the knives that I've made so far. This guy up over here. So I made this out of angle iron. It's an owl-shaped piece of steel, mild steel itself. And this is the one knife that I made so far. So all these impurities that you see here on the knife is something that I wanted to keep as characteristics for it. Still need to go ahead and do the handle, a wooden handle for it. And we might be using Rhodesian teak for the handle itself. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I wanted to keep this one as flawed, as much flaws in it, because then I can say that it's my first knife and, you know, keep it as a memento. But you can see up over here, there's from the sander itself, it grabbed into it and it actually pulled out that. So I'm going to actually keep that as is. I just need to sharpen it, clean it up a little bit more, because it is rusting here a little bit on the sides like this, a little bit. And then obviously still put the handle on with the pins going through it. So yeah, that's one of the things that I would like to go ahead and do. And then start working on another knife, maybe most probably a cheese knife that I can go ahead and use that rebar that I guys showed you earlier and make a cheese knife from it. But enough about that, let's go ahead and check on the forge quickly. And let's see what the temperature is. And then go ahead and pick you guys up again and switch you guys around. So we're at 800 degrees Celsius. Still 800. Okay, let's go ahead and just turn it up a little bit more. I tend to do that because of the wind that's actually kind of causing a little bit of heat loss. We're going 850, 820, 840, 850. Yeah, we're getting there. Getting there. 860, 870. Sweet. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Alright, guys, go ahead and put you guys back down again. Sorry that it's tilted a little bit. I still need to go ahead and sort that out. Oh, and then these are my tongs, half crescent moon tongs that I'm going to be using. They've got inside here, what's nice about these ones is they've got a groove inside here, inside there, that you can go ahead and grip and put circular things in there, and it grips it quite nicely. It doesn't work so well when it's small, very, very small things like that one piece that I showed you. Like this, it doesn't grab onto this very well at all. It does, but not very sturdy. You can see it just goes around. So we'll usually mainly use like pliers or something like that. I do tend to go and make my own tools at one point, once I've learned how to move the steel and that. But yeah, so we should be reaching temperature very soon. Let's try again. So we are on currently 880 so far. Just want to check that the brick on the other side is not causing any. Maybe this one using it. Temperatures are coming on nicely. So We're currently on 893 so far. So let's see how it goes. So another cool fun thing, I must admit. Okay, there we go. Just changed up my camera setting a little bit. Is this guy here. So my dad went and made me this so that I can actually rest my pieces of steel on it. I do want to go ahead and make a platform table at one point up over there. You should feel it just to make sure that it's on. I can feel it. I can feel it from here. From here, basically, I can feel the heat on that. So trust me, this thing goes up to 1,000 degrees Celsius. And there we go, 900. Well, we saw 900, so the one point is 960, 920 so far. That is good, getting close to it. But you can see inside there, because of the wind coming from those ports there at the top where the gas is mixing in with the air, it's actually causing it going to go and bloop, 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 creating some blowback and whatever on it. So you'll check there, the blue is basically what you kind of want inside the forge itself. And I think I might need to go ahead and just turn it up just a tad more again. So I do this by hair, and I listen. I use my ears to hear it. There we go. That sounds a little bit better, a tad better. So yeah, there we go. That's becoming a nice raging fire. Let's go ahead again. 900. We can actually go ahead and put the piece of steel in. Alright, cool. So now, I'm going to go ahead and take this guy. I'm going to take my tongs, grab him on this end. And now what we're going to be doing is we're going to take that middle piece and extrude it out. And this guy goes then inside. So that's going to take a little bit longer than usual to go ahead and heat up, because it's cold and all that. It's still cold. You can see how actually cold it actually is when the flames are still going around it. Check it, it's only going up to 600 now actually. So it is starting to heat up a little bit. 700. There on the sides of it is like 900 and 900. So yeah, take around about maybe, I would say about 10 minutes or so, and then we can actually start hitting and smacking it nicely on the anvil itself. Alright, I will be with you guys shortly. I'm just going to go ahead and grab myself a cigarette. I don't know if I should actually move this, stop the stream and put it on just chatting, because clearly, no, we'll see. It's getting there. Now I can go ahead and grab this. I can show you inside. It's actually getting nice and red hot there. That's exactly what we want, but we actually want more of the stem to go ahead and get up, to get red hot there. So it's like 960 so far, 980, almost 1,000. So there we go, 986 degrees Celsius. Awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and push it up a little bit so we can get that neck heated up a bit more and quicker, and then we should be actually starting to hit the steel. Alright. There we go. think we can go ahead and pull it out. Nice is you can go ahead after you hit your piece of steel, go ahead and grab it and do that. Nice and cold. Flat earthers, when they realize their balls are around. Yeah, true. So it's going to take a bit of time to go ahead and get the steel to a consistent temperature each time. But we'll see. I'll take it from there. See what happens. Okay, almost red hot again, enough to go ahead and pull out and start hammering again. There we go, 1015 degrees Celsius inside the forge. Awesome. Right, let's let it get a little bit more redder, more towards the color of the sun, and then pull it out, and then we're going to go ahead and smack it again. So we're extruding it out a little bit more each time, and then we're going to start working on the bowl. Back in she goes. Sweet. Woo, that is hot. Very hot. Almost up to temperature again. $1,066, looking good. Because good day, Vince. Didn't realize you were a blacksmith these days. It's a new hobby of mine. I'm still a beginner, very shrewd beginner. Not even novice just as of yet. But I checked now on the bulb itself, on the top part of it. So basically the top part is, which is this piece, so it's more of a clumped up piece of metal here on the top. What happens is, because here on the sides, up over here, because it's moving around like this the whole time whenever I'm doing my work, the steel there becomes quite fragile and brittle, and it's like basically when you work with a piece of wire and you do this like that, it heats up and then snaps off. So that's basically looks like what's going to happen here. If that's the case, too bad, so sad. I'm just going to have to go ahead again and start up again, just angle grind that one piece off and then start up again. There we go, 1110 degrees Celsius. Lovely. Grab this guy. Oopsie. That was a bad grab. Just gotta make sure you grab it properly. Along, and as you guys can see up here on this side of it there, it's starting to become quite brittle. Let's see what's happening here. Described with Prime. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much for the subscription. I really do appreciate it, man. I hope you continue to enjoy such things. I'll be mostly during the week playing games and that sort of stuff, like Call of Duty, War Thunder, Company of Heroes, and that sort of stuff, and other games. And then during the weekends, I'll try to head and do as much of this stuff as I possibly can. Because I think it's either next week. Yeah, next week we're going to be having a garage door come up over here, so the wind shouldn't play too much of a part on the burners there at the top on this side. So you'll check there's the two burners where the gas mixes in, then with the air pushes it down into the chamber itself. Yeah, cool. Let's see if it's up to temperature, and then I can start smacking again. Yeah, looks good. It's starting to curl up a little bit too much. As you can see, it's curling up a little bit too much there. So here at the top, we'll just turn this thing around a little bit and check. You'll see that there's like a little crack forming there at the top there, which is not kind of a good sign, but I'll try and see if I can salvage it. Could just be the air mixture onto the steel while it's busy cooling down itself. So yeah, hopefully that part there doesn't break off. But we'll see if we can salvage it. Alright, let's see there. Hey Vince, it's Zach Heffley Sons. Hey, welcome Zach. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you guys. Hope you guys enjoying the blacksmithing works and whatever. It's already starting to make my arm a little bit numb. But glad you guys are here to join in and see how it goes. Alright. Let's see if we're getting back up to temperature. 1100 degrees Celsius. Whew. So I purposefully started going ahead and trying to hit the steel so that it can go ahead and fold over onto the crack itself up over here, so that it can kind of meld into it, and that's where I've been basically hitting. So I'm starting, I've got kind of my length where I want it to be right now. Then we're going to start working on the bulb. This is going to be a little bit of a smallish leaf, but I think I can actually start working on the bulb now itself, and then slowly making this just a tad little bit longer so we can go ahead and loop it around. Alright, let's see what you guys have been doing. Hey. Man, that's hot. Yep, it is very, very hot. It's how it feels in my room during summer. Well, I tell you, here in South Africa, we do get up to temperatures of like 45 degrees Celsius. In some parts, in other parts we get up close to 50 degrees Celsius, up a little bit further north, because I'm down here in the Western Cape, so we're a little bit further south. That's what it's like here in London in summer. Hell, fine furnace. Arm's getting a bit numb. This is what happens when you don't do enough exercises. Almost back up to temperature. Still at 1100 degrees Celsius. What's this? Been slacking on the gym, eh? Ricky should be disappointed. Yeah, you're right about that, man. Well, Ricky actually hasn't been gymming that all, in actual fact. Thought it'd be fair. I became pretty after the pandemic. Yeah, I did. All right, let's go ahead and grab him out. Cool. So it seems like I've sorted out the issue here at the top of the bulb itself. The bulb is a little bit too small. I think I made it just a tad too small. But we're going to try now, because now at least now I can start rounding this section of the neck off at least. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and flatten the bulb out now with a 4-pound hammer. And the reason why I'm touching that pipe there at the top is because sometimes what happens is the heat goes back up into the burners and it goes back up into the pipes itself. So then it heats everything up, and whatever there where the plastic meets the metal actually can kind of burn out and that sort of thing, which is not currently what I want to happen. But yeah. Alright. I think the worst I've had it be here was about 120 Fahrenheit or 40. Oh wow. That is insane. 48. Yeah, we used to grow up in 48. Jeez, I think I'd die in that kind of heat. Yeah, This is California for you. Yeah, I have heard that place gets really, really hot or whatever. How long have I been smithing? Not very, very long. I'm still kind of, I've only had this here for about almost a year now. And I haven't forged that much. I have forged this though, while that's busy heating up and whatever. I have forged this. So this is the one knife that I made out of angle iron. So I've shined it up quite a bit. You can see the shine in it, but it's got a little bit of rust here on the bottom and whatever, because I need to still kind of sand that part out and polish it up a little bit. And then you can check these impurities that you see. And that's something after a quenching happens, you dip this into like a type of mineralized oil for quenching in order to harden up the steel and whatever. But because this is mild steel, it doesn't have quite a bit of carbon in it, but not that much carbon in it, so it can't get any harder. But I quenched it in any case just to go ahead and give it this look. Whatever. So I still need to go ahead and make the handle. I'm going to be doing the handle out of Rhodesian teak, which is what they used in the underground mining industry and whatever to hold up the tunnels and that sort of stuff. So I still need to go ahead and do that part there, and then just take off the rust and oil it up and make sure it doesn't rust anymore. And then the next thing is I might be using that rebar that I've been smacking around to go ahead and make a cheese knife or something like that. But let's check. She's going to be ready now to get smacked with a 4-pound hammer. Yep, looks ready. So, here she is, 4-pound hammer. Okay, she's not quite ready yet. Oopsie, that was a close one. The bulb's not just... the bulb isn't quite that hot just yet. I need it to be hot as possible so I can move as much steel with one single blow at a time. Be with you guys now. I just want to go and open up some windows inside the garage itself. Should be hot enough. Let's try it out. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and get my gloves so I don't burn myself. Highest point towards me and then hit it. I just deafened myself with that one blow. But you can see, not working so well because I didn't make it big enough. Alright, what's that there? We've got temp gun. Yes, I do have a temp gun. How do you know when the steel is hot enough and temp gun or just visual? You can do it visual, you can do it via temp gun as well. So normally if you're doing it visually, you kind of make it towards what the sun kind of looks like. So that when it goes that deep orangey reddish, that reddish color or that bright orangey red color, then you can go ahead and pull that out and then smack it. Or you can go ahead and just buy yourself a temperature gun and use that instead. So we're currently on 1083 degrees. It does go up to, fluctuates up to about 100 or so, 1100. And yeah, that's what we are at right now. I deafened myself now with that one blow that I hit on the anvil now, with that 4-pound hammer. My ear's still ringing. Alright, seeing that I can't go ahead and move it that well with the 4-pound hammer because it wasn't big enough, I'm going to still go ahead and use the smaller hammer and try and hit it on this edge. So if I've got the hammer, I'll be trying hitting it here instead of completely full flat face, so I can move the steel that way, and then use the top piece here to move the steel towards me so that I can extrude that piece of that metal out. Slowly but surely getting there. Back in we go. Alright. No other questions? Any questions? More questions? One second. Are back there. All right. So we still got to move as much steel as I possibly can. I'll try and get it up to a certain amount, and then we can either use like a sander to go ahead and make the shape, or I can use the angle grinder to make the extrude the shape out a little bit more. But now after I can move it as much as I possibly can, then what I'll do is I'll start making the neck part very, very thin and round as well, and then we can go ahead and twist it up around and twist the bar off entirely. So why leaves of all things? Leaves is so I can go ahead and practice how to move the metal, how hard I need to hit with the hammer. Also learns to move the material out, and how I learn the temperatures that it best works at and whatever. So if you go ahead and do like 100 of these, you can then consider yourself a master in a sense of making leaves, but master in terms of knowing how hard to hit, when to hit, and you get muscle memory from the hammer, moving it downwards, up and down like that as well, so you can measure out how much power you need. And then then it makes other things easier to go ahead and do, and plus I think it's fun for me to go ahead and learn it out like that as well. Alright, she looks like the outside temperature. Alright, let's go ahead and bang it some more. Cool, so now we kind of getting the shape out on the leaf side of the thing and what have you. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to try and see if I can extrude the metal out a little bit this way from there. We'll see how it goes. feel like I'm going to need some water, so I'm going to go and grab some now quickly. I'll be with you guys shortly. Right, back. $1,078 degrees. This house is a pretty solid upgrade over the old flat you had. Indeed it is, dude. Indeed it is. I bought it last year, so at 1st of July would be my first year inside this house and whatever. Yeah. Coming along, need to do it a little bit more. Thanks, man, much appreciated. I just want to actually check how much battery I've got left. Okay, I got around about halfway now. I'll just need to bring an extension out so that I can plug my phone into that. I do apologize that I don't have like music on in the background and that sort of stuff. I'm doing this from my phone. I might need to at one point maybe either use my dad's laptop or get something that I can go ahead and use to customize the stream a little bit for these sorts of situations. Hot at all. Nice and cool. I don't know if Zach is still on here, or Officer. I think Officer, you're still on. Or you fell asleep, I think. Still nice and cool pipe at least. My arm is really getting stiff. And you're still here, Zach. Do you have any more questions, man? Anything that I can try and answer for you? Anything you're interested in? Ask away. I do not mind any questions. I'll try and answer them as best as I possibly can for you. She's back up to temperature again. My question is a little unrelated to blacksmithing, if it's alright. No, by all means ask. I do not mind any questions. Ask away and I'll answer them as best as I can. Go for it. So I started streaming a few years ago, yeah, cool. Is it something that you wanted to know, which streaming platform that you use, like Gamecaster, Streamlabs, that sort of thing? Right, let's see what it is. And I don't really get any views. How do I get more? So I can put it to you this way. Rather, instead of having your objective as being going just for views and that sort of stuff, rather just do it for the fact because it's fun. Because I can tell you that much now, that if you once you become affiliate, things start to look maybe a little bit better, but then once you get partnered up with Twitch and whatever, then things look a little bit better, obviously. But I've been struggling with views as well on my side as well to do that. But maybe what you can try and do is find a smaller streamer, right? Go and spend a bit of time on his streams and interact with that person as much as you possibly can, and then start saying, oh no, I've also started streaming as well, and then that person might be more inclined to come and raid your stream, like what happened with me. I think it was not yesterday, the day before yesterday. I had a guy called Sitting Duck come and raid me with 17 people, and that's kind of how you're going to go ahead and get your name out. So interact with other streamers in order to do that. But yes, it is going to be a little bit difficult, but from your streams you can create highlight videos which you then can post to YouTube. And then on your YouTube channel, you can go and tell them, hey, but this is where I stream. So that's basically what you can also go ahead and do. I haven't started doing that as of yet because I'm just like, I'm not a video editing type of person. So I'm just like, man, I'm just doing it for fun. Oh yes, and that's also another thing, posting that you're going live on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, that sort of stuff. That would also go ahead and help out as well. And then also speak to your friends as well to say, hey, come and join me on stream, or have them play the game with you. And then by the word of mouth, most probably it goes out to more and more people, and then they'll come and start looking at your videos as well, or whenever you come in the stream. All right, so it's hot enough. Let's go ahead and grab out. Back she goes. Yeah, cool. Hey Vince, Alan, yeah. Cracking it, man. yes, indeed I am. And it's Josh from London. Oh, yes, I remember now. Hey, Josh. It looks like I'm reuniting some people together today. I thought you were Matthew from London for a second there, Josh. It's been a while. How have you been? He finally remembered me. Yes, I do apologize about that, man. That's because you actually said your name. You should have said, hey, it's me, Josh. You know, I mean, with that kind of name, Hazelnut, is your name there, right? Buck Hazelnut. Okay, cool. I'm on my son's machine. His keyboard is killing me. Pretty good. Summer is starting to kick in here, so it's hot. Hot. You were from Africa, man. You should be used to that sort of heat now. Close enough. Yep, indeed. So I kind of salvaged the leaf up a little bit, but as you can see up over here, I'm getting a crack line in it and whatever. So I'm not going to be able to go ahead and hit that up that much, because I need to go at least above over 1,000, well over, like say 1,200 degrees in order to kind of forge weld that back together. But I'm trying. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make this part here thinner and then see if we can go ahead and loop it around. I think I'm happy-ish enough with the bulb side of things. It looks a little bit crude. It looks a little bit scaly, which is pretty cool, which I think looks kind of cool, because I don't want to go ahead and hit any more up over here, otherwise it's going to stop breaking. Other than that, cool. Right, cool. Right, very cool. Yes, that 60% gaming thing. Yeah, keys are too close together. Yeah, maybe I've just got fat. I get you. I can't work on keyboards. Vince, whoa, that leaf sucks, man. Whoa, okay. Let's take it down a notch. We don't need that sort of passive aggressiveness here in this chat, please. Otherwise, now I'll have a moderator come along and ban you. And speaking of experience, I see. Yeah. Alright, cool. As I said, I'm not going to be working on the leaf that much now, otherwise it's going to be breaking off, so I'm just going to go ahead and heat up the stem now part of it. Take it from there. Oh man. I just need to turn it up. The pressure coming out of the gas bottle is coming out nicely, so it's not like condensing that much, so it's not getting very, very cold, and that kind of stops the gas from coming out at a certain pressure through the hose. So the gas bottle is still nice and cool, not extremely cold on the outside. Let's go ahead and check this coming out here. It's starting to get a little bit warm, not endangering or gonna kill me or anything like that, but yeah. Alright. Damn it, this is not what I wanted. That's gonna break off. Okay. Shit. Oh, damn it. So when are you gonna to make a katana? Oh my goodness. Yeah. It depends on. I think my forge is a little bit too small for a katana. Maybe I can do the short sword of that, but that is quite extreme to go ahead and do. I need like a power hammer to do that sort of stuff, which I do not have. To do that all by hand is going to take me a very, very long time to do. and by doing it by hand without any of that machinery can cause it to have certain flaws or become quite brittle and that sort of stuff. And plus, I don't have a tube in order that long in order to quench that size of steel. But if one day I can find a power hammer or make one, depending on the situation, I'll go ahead and give it a try. Oopsie, I grabbed it with my hands. Kind of salvaged it a little bit. Kind of salvaged it. Trying my best. All right. A short sword would be cool too. Yes, indeed. How much does power hammers cost? I imagine they're pretty pricey. Yes, they are indeed pricey. Very, very pricey. Looks good, man. Salvage, show us. I'll show you now. Once I go ahead and grab it out, once it cools down, you can go ahead and see the fracture line, or the actual where the crack is forming in it. 'Alright, so it kind of looks salvaged enough, but there you can still see the crack here on the side there a little bit. I don't know if I can get that any closer without melting stuff. And see if it comes out of focus. So basically up where my cap line is there, so up here. So it's coming through on this side as well. So what I'm going to have to go ahead and do now is this piece up over here, extrude that out a little bit more, make it a bit thinner and rounder, and then we can go ahead and see if we can twist it off, and hopefully twist it without making that part break off. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it there with the pliers, so that that part doesn't twist and break off. Whoa, hey, I blame the steel from my years of experience forging. yeah. Just check this thing up here. So, still alright. Warming up, but yeah. It's taking actually longer now because I left today. 1,051 degrees Celsius. All 14 minutes of my experience. Yes, got a lot of experience there. It's getting closer and closer to actually snapping and breaking off actually. grab the pliers, someone. What's there? All right. Good luck, man. Alan out, heading back, handing back to Zach. He wants to stream on his Fortnite. All right. Cheers, dude. Thanks for joining. Much appreciated. Thanks, Alan and Zach. Have a fantastic day further, and I'll check you guys on the next one. All right. Cool. So it looks like it's just me and you, Josh, and somebody else. Maybe another person else. I don't know. All right. No. Yep, that's about to break off. Damn it. It's about to break off there. You can see it's not much left holding it. Damn. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and try and do now is I'm going to go ahead and see if I can cut it off there, twist it off basically up over here and keeping that piece on there. So I'm just going to straighten it up a little bit because it's not forge welding properly. Hey, I see the crack. Yeah, no, that's basically what happens when you make the bulb a little bit too small and it doesn't have enough meat on where the neck is, basically. So then it basically just does this the whole time whenever you're hammering and trying to extrude that the stem part out. So then that bulb just does this, and then it just gets weaker and weaker and weaker, and then breaks off. So yeah, unfortunate, but not much we can do about it for now. I'm going to, as I said, try and extrude that last part out, make it thinner as possible, and then you can see if we can twist that piece off, make a nice little round little loop thingy, and then put it back in, and then bend it into a loop like that, and then take it from there. In actual fact, let me show you what it kind of looks like inside the forge. So there you go. That's what it looks like inside the forge, and it's quite hot from this distance already. You know, it's like a normal braai type of deal that you've got. So yeah, you can check that orange piece there now is starting to heat up quite a bit. So what we actually kind of need to do is just push it a little bit further back in there so that I can go ahead and work and make that part a little bit thinner so that we can twist it off. Twist that off. Put you back up here. Right, what's that? It looks pretty cool. Did you make it yourself? No, in actual fact I had somebody make the forge for me. It came up to about $7 grand-ish to go ahead and make it. Pretty not bad. And the gas itself, for 19 kgs with gas, you got a gas an hour, 1 kg an hour basically. So I got basically 19 hours worth of gas on there. But yeah. What type of LPG gas? Liquid petroleum LPG. I think it's LPG. Yeah. Normal gas. That, you know, when you go to a gas supplier and you fill up gas for like your gas stove and that sort of stuff. That gas. And then she fell off. No! No! Ah, damn it. Ah, shit. No. And I forged the leaf out so nicely. No. But the leaf came out kind of nice, so now at least now I know
with, even though that I had such small amount of material to work with in order to extrude the stuff out into a shape of a leaf, I still knew now how to use the hammer in order to move the steel out. You can see where I'm hitting with the hammer and that sort of stuff. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, to make it out. But now I know my problem is now the bulb part. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take another piece of rebar and pop it inside there and start working on it again. Okay, so this is the rebar that we're using now. I think this is 12 mil. I think it's the 12 mil rebar. So I'll be using this. So I want to make the bulb at least about this much, that length from my thumb up, basically. So I've got to make this thing into a point. Once that's inside a point, then I can go ahead and start extruding the stem out. Once I've got the stem extruded out, then make it thinner and thinner and thinner and longer, and then hit the bulb out as well. So that's what I'm going to do now. So that's going to take around about maybe, how can I say, about 2-3 minutes in order to get up to temperature. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a bucket of water so I can cool these pieces of steel off, so that when I stand on something it doesn't burn all the way through into my foot. Be with you guys shortly. Grab my bucket. I've come back. I've got my bucket here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and cool it. It's usually quite hot. I can go ahead and take this glove off, and I can handle it with my hand. But there we go. Yeah. So there we go. Failed attempt, but learned quite a bit at least in order to move the steel and whatever. And I'm just going to go ahead and cool off that one. You can check the steam coming out here. Alright, at least now that's cooled off at least. Not going to be a danger to anybody, except if I drop it off onto my foot. Alright, cool. Move that bucket of water there. Now we start again. So I was thinking, while that is basically heating up inside the forge, I'm just going to do this quickly. So while that's busy heating up inside the forge, I'm just getting up to temperature. So what I'm going to show you now is, so we've got our piece of round bar like this, right? So we've got our piece of round bar that we've got here. Then what we're going to need to go ahead and do is take this piece, this front part, and hammer it out into a point, basically. So basically we need to go ahead and hammer that piece of steel out into a point. Once we've got the point, then we need to go ahead and move on to the stem itself. So now once we got the we're going to go and work out how much steel we want to go ahead and work with for the bulb. Then we're going to go ahead and hammer this piece in like that, and then this piece goes away, and then we go ahead and do that. Like that, basically. So that's kind of the thing that we want. Once we've got this, then we take the 4-pound hammer and hit it against there like that. And then that then should, what I want is to have this sort of effect. So when I take that 4-pound hammer and hit it over here, it forms this kind of heart shape here at the top, basically, when I hit it with the 4-pound hammer. So that's what we're kind of looking for to do now with that piece of steel in there. So it's looking round about ready. So now I'm going to take that head, I'm going to kind of put it here on the edge of the anvil, and then I'm going to hit it at a bit of an angle like this, like that, to make that point. And then we continue from there. Alright, switching the camera around. Alright, everything installed. Let's go ahead and check the temperature. And we're on 1090 degrees Celsius. You're not going to use the piece any further. No, there's not much I can do with this piece any further. Maybe what I could do is heat this thing up again and then hold it and then extrude this piece out. Maybe I could kind of do that, but nah, it's I'll keep these as mementos for learning. Whatever. I want to make a leaf. That's what I want. Right, grab the glove. Now, you can see I'm starting to make that point. Still need to go a little bit more, and then once we've got that, then we can start extruding it out. I'm just going to go ahead and grab some more water. Cool. I got my bottle of water. Starting to sweat like a literal pig here. The steel's getting almost red hot again. Those that have joined now, let me quickly show you guys what this is all about, and there you guys go. So that steel is almost nice and red hot. I'm going to go ahead and take it out, hit it on said anvil with a hammer, and kind of make this thing into this thing into this thing. There we go. And go ahead and put you guys back. All right, let's go ahead and pull out. looks like we got our point to a certain amount and just made it straighter again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and choose the amount of steel that we want to work with for the bulb, and then start hammering that part in, and then make it into a leaf. So otherwise, Josh, any other news from you? Anything exciting? Married yet? Any kids? Or multitude of kids? Or what? What's happening? Married in December, actually. Oh, congratulations, dude. Very, very happy for you, man. That's flipping awesome. No kids yet. Ah, okay. Understandable. I mean, you wanna have more financial stuff to work with. Working as a Python dev for a financial fraud company. Ooh, must be earning the big bucks there, eh? No, I'm happy for you, dude. Very, very, very happy for you. Thanks, 60,000 a year. What? Is that in rands or in pounds? You want to brag? But it's not enough these days. Living in London is expensive. Yes, indeed it is. I've heard that's very, very expensive there in London. Right, cool. Done. All right. Cool. So now that's basically what we went and did with it. So now I'm leaving it at around about that thick, so that I can go ahead and keep it that thick so that it doesn't start doing this and break off like what I did with this one. So now we're going to go ahead and start trying moving this piece of steel this way so we can get it longer. And then I'm also starting to get a blister on my thumb. Yay! Woo! Back inside the forge. Let's go ahead and have a look. Go ahead and have a look inside the forge. There we go. Rent is costing around about 30,000 a month. Damn, dude, that is insane. And there we go. Just waiting for that piece of steel to go ahead and head up. Yeah. And let's just go ahead and check up this piece of pipe here. Yeah, still alright-ish. I can still touch it. It's starting to get a little bit hotter and hotter. So which means we might have to start. I only got like about 40% left of my battery on my phone. So we might be ending this one a little bit shorter than scheduled, but I should be able to extrude that part out in no time. What's that? Okay, now the comments. Sweet. I'm going to push it back in a little bit. There we go. Always hydrate. Always hydrate. Josh, I don't know if you've noticed that when you go ahead and watch the streamers, they got those points that you earn on their stream. That if you click it, they do like 10 push-ups or 10 sit-ups or and that sort of stuff. I don't think I need that here. Do I? Do I need that? Let me know. Cool. Coming along. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to do the same thing on this side what I did here on the top of it. I'm going to bevel it in and then extruding this middle piece out so we can get our length that we want and then start working on the bulb. But I think I feel I may have made the bulb a little bit too big. We'll see. Check the temperature. There we go, 1108 degrees Celsius. Lovely. I think we can cook up some bacon in there. You could always use more push-ups. That is true, that is true. Are you still gymming though? Huh? I'll be with you in 1 second. No, I have not. I've gotten pretty fat. Don't we all, man? I'm getting a little bit of a boop now these days as well. But I'll join you for push-ups. Yeah, I know you would join me for push-ups, but dude, doing the hammer thing, trust me, it works. It does end up being quite intensive, put it that way. Cool. Getting there. So now I've pointed now how much I actually want to go ahead and move out and see if we can move that much steel out. Arm's getting pretty tired now at the moment. See what you had to say there? I started miniature painting. That was my new hobby. Not quite as cool as blacksmithing. I didn't know. It's your hobby. If you find it cooler than blacksmithing, then by all means. I mean, I just find it's everybody's preference. So. Also do need to take this hammer, the face of the hammer, and actually round it off a little bit, make it a little bit round, so that whenever I hit the pieces of steel, it makes it move the steel a little bit more, instead of just a flat face. Flat face, a little bit more difficult, because then you have to use the edges here like this in order to move the steel wherever you need it to go to. So by rounding it off a little bit makes things a little bit easier. But and none of the damn shops have rounded hammers. You with me now? Cool. I think this is slowly getting there, but it needs to come out a little bit hotter to make the steel move a little bit more, because it's cooling down a little bit too much for my liking. That's it. So how much did it cost to get all the tools required for this? So basically, I didn't go ahead and get an anvil. This is the makeshift anvil that I went to the scrapyard to go ahead and get. So that piece of steel there, this one here, is around about that thick, and it weighs 23 kgs, just that piece of steel. So that cost me 23 kgs, 8 Rand a kg for that. And then obviously the forge itself came up to about 7,000 Rand. It was custom made. And then it's your gas bottle itself, which you usually go ahead and put a deposit down, which is about 300 bucks, and then your to fill it is about 600. And then your hammers, they vary in prices. I would say around about, you can go and get a hammer for about 150 bucks for it. Usually a pound hammer, 1 pound. You can go to 2 pound, 3 pound, or even 4 pound if you really want to. Obviously the prices go up based on that. The tongs, because I got this in for about 7,700, so it came included with the tongs that I got. So these ones, and then a tong clip for it as well, and then yeah. So you could say it came up to all about 8 grand's worth. So not bad at all, actually. A lot of fun though. Tiring and hot and sweaty and all that sort of stuff, but fun. Just putting that there so that it can keep a little bit more of the heat inside. That's actually pretty affordable to start out. Yes, indeed it is. And then also the other thing that costs is time, and that's just by watching all the blacksmithing videos like Alex Steele and those type of people, to see how they go ahead and do it. And I would suggest watching a hell of a lot of their videos if you want to start this out, because it does become a little bit confusing. Yeah, it's not that bad at all. Looks a little bit hotter than usual, that's good. I watched a lot of Alex Steele stuff. It's interesting craft. Yes, indeed it is. I think what I'm going to be doing now is I'm getting a bit tired now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it out a little bit more, and then I'm going to start switching off. And then yeah, because I think my battery's almost dead here. You know, we're on 31%, so we need to go ahead and take a bit of a break, eat something, and then maybe later on I'll start it up again. We'll see. And I think that's where we're going to leave it for today, guys. Cool. I'm just going to dip it here in some water. Cool. Alright, okay, cool. No worries, man. It was great catching up and seeing you in action. Oh, sure. Thanks, dude. Thanks for joining and thanks for the subscription. Much appreciated. You must have a fantastic day, and everybody else that came and watched as well. Really do appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. I'll just show you guys the forge again. There we go, in action. Let's go ahead and switch her off. There we go. Now you can check inside there. So let's go ahead and grab the gun quickly. So we had 940 degrees Celsius. Awesome stuff. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a fantastic day further. I must probably, maybe later today, start it up again. I'll see. Or maybe tomorrow, depending on the situation. But cheers. Have a great one, guys. Thanks for joining, and bye-bye. Come on.